One of the typical complaints leveled at strategy games is that they are cold and calculated affairs. Stereotyped as being played by gamers more interested in superior numbers than superior storytelling, they are often overlooked. But Fire Emblem Awakening, though it may be built on pin-sharp strategy gameplay, is a game with people, plots, and most importantly, relationships at its heart. The Fire Emblem series may have 20 years of history under its belt, but it's a series that outside of its native Japan has never quite reached the infamy it deserves. Fire Emblem Awakening is its newest attempt at world domination, bringing its particular brand of lively strategy to the Nintendo 3DS. For players new to the series, the Fire Emblem games combine character progression, turn-based tactics, and extensive cutscenes with consummate ease. Fire Emblem Awakening is both an homage to this history and a development of it, cherry-picking the best features while still opening it up to new players. One of the ways it does this is through a new difficulty setting. It may sound like a small change, but in the world of Fire Emblem, difficulty is everything. Notoriously harsh, the series shares XCOM's idea of permadeath. If one of your characters dies on the battlefield, they are gone. Forever. Awakening offers new players a softer ride, with a beginner's mode that just knocks dead characters out of the particular battle, rather than out of existence. Purists may scoff at this idea, but with classic mode still available for those who want it, beginner mode only serves to introduce new players to Fire Emblem, without scaring them off through punishing difficulty. And what Awakening is introducing players to is the best game in the series, packed with clever features and welcome changes, as well as some of the highest production values a Fire Emblem game has ever seen. Kicking off by allowing you to design your own character, Awakening sees you cast into what is essentially a colourful anime-style version of Game of Thrones. This is a world where allegiances are formed, battles waged, and relationships developed. The majority of your time will be spent mobilizing your forces on the battlefield in the series' iconic turn-based battles. Isolating enemies, making use of terrain, and staying out of range will all be part of your playbook, but Awakening places more importance on fighting together than ever before. Each of your soldiers in Fire Emblem are unique. They have their own likes and dislikes, skills and abilities, and vitally, relationships. When two soldiers fight together, they support each other in battle. Friendships will form, alliances develop, and as it does, your army takes on a character of its own. All supported by some brilliantly written dialogue and evocative character design, you'll tend to your favourites, laugh along with the jokers, and eventually fall in love. And it's a world you'll be happy to fall in love with. A world drawn with care and attention. Fire Emblem Awakening features some of the most subtle use of the console's 3D effect to date, with battlefields layered with details from flocks of birds to falling snow. Its animation and character models are equally detailed, despite their odd stunted legs. But the true revelation are the game's animated cutscenes, a mix of 3D graphics and anime style that are used for the high points of the epic storyline. When backed up with an orchestral soundtrack that never seems to grow tired, you have a 3DS game that challenges home console titles for depth, detail, and production values. And that is exactly what Fire Emblem Awakening is. A full-sized epic adventure squeezed into a tiny little 3DS cartridge. Part interactive fantasy novel, part hardcore strategy, and part medieval relationship simulator, this is the very best of the series all at once. Forget cold and calculated, the best strategy game on the 3DS is all about heart.